Alright guys, how's it going? Um, this is the second time I do a live. I don't know how this is gonna come out because I'm doing this on my cell phone. Um, right now I'm actually in the garage because I'm working on my UPS unit. One of my UPS units actually. This massive APC Symetra 8 kVA, something like that, whatever UPS. Um, so yeah, I'm in the garage and it's a mess as usual. So I'm gonna fix this thing, or I'm gonna try to fix it. The second time I'm tearing this apart actually, because this was giving me some issues the first time around. I think the batteries are discharged out of it. Um, it was complaining about the circuit breaker being open, the input circuit breaker in particular. So if you look here, this is the like a tray, I guess, or something. He actually goes in here, and there's two breakers that are in the front. As you can see, there's a main breaker and then there's a bypass breaker. So it was complaining about one of the two, and it was this one actually. This should be the input. Yeah. So apparently this one thinks, or at least the not the memory, sorry, the main unit, which is this guy. There's two of them. It's redundant, but he basically thinks that this guy is open, in the sense that it's actually tripped, even though when you flip it and actually turn it on, it's not tripped. It's still going to say that it's tripped, but it's not tripped. So I'm going to check actually here, because these are the two lines that basically, I guess this should be a switch actually based on what I saw here on the sticker. This is a switch that opens and closes based on based on the position of the actual breaker. So if he is on, this is going to be closed, and if it's tripped, he's going to be off, or open, I should say. And that's how that knows that it's either tripped or not. So, um, and the same thing for this guy. Actually, the same thing for this guy here. So he has the same thing going for him. So all I gotta do really actually is I have to go grab my multimeter upstairs because I don't have my fluke to test this continuity, because if I'm correct, if I go across this now, I will have no continuity across these two wires, which means I have to probably replace this piece. And you know the thing is, how the heck am I going to replace that breaker? This looks like a really special breaker. Uh, I gotta see if I can find a replacement, because I have no idea if there's even a replacement for this darn thing. Um, yeah, so we're gonna see if we can fix this. I have some comments here. So I have Giovanni and I have John. Hello. Yeah, hi. How's it going? Hello, everybody. Oh, I have 20 people watching. um, so we're gonna see if we can fix this darn thing. So yeah, that's what we're working on right here. IB Trucking. Hello. Yes. Hello there. um, yeah. Olive Fernal says hello. Hello. So call me trucking. Okay. Okay, sure. Sorry. Okay. How is my day going? Giovanni is asking. My day is going pretty good. I'm sweating a bit because I'm in this garage, and it's not hot, but when you start working on this stuff, you can pull a sweat easily. So yeah, once again, I'm working on this big ginormous thing, um, and that's the piece I pulled out of it because what's it called? I think I have there's issues with this. So once again, for those, because I guess since people are tuning in now, um, the reason why I'm pulling this out is because it's so the screen actually, which is here. The screen here. Oops. So this screen, which is like the main screen for the the entire UPS. This is a UPS system, a Symetra. Um, and on the screen, when you turn it on, it's complaining about a circuit breaker being open. So specifically, the input circuit breaker being open. The input circuit breaker is this piece over here, this breaker here. So even though this won't be tripped, it'll think that it's tripped. So that's basically what's happening. Um, yeah, so what I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna run upstairs, and I'll probably make you guys you'll follow me to my workshop upstairs, um, because I gotta get my fluke. My fluke is upstairs. I don't have it with me right now, and I have to test across these two leads because this is a switch, basically just a contact or whatever that opens and closes, and I have to see if this is open right now. Actually, if this is really open, because that's what this thing is saying. It thinks it's open. So if I follow this harness, like where does this wire go basically, right? So it goes in this loom around here, and it basically ends up here. So it goes to this connector, and then from this connector, it goes and it connects in the back of whatever. There's a back plane there, it connects in the back over there. So I'm gonna get my fluke now, test the continuity on that because I want to really see if this is truly open. Now, if this is really open, even though it shouldn't be, I'm gonna have to replace that breaker because this is something that you can't service. If you look very closely, this is actually like closed, riveted, and you know you can't open this easily without breaking the actual thing. So if I'm able to find a replacement, I'm gonna replace it if it's defective. Even though the actual legs for the line, which are here, even though they're fine, that contactor is fine. The other switch or other contactor, I guess you can call it, that's in here might be defective. So I've never seen this before. This is the first time I own one of these big units here. This is my data center, if anybody's wondering. Um, so it's another little project I have in my garage. So yeah, it's quite impressive, I guess. Um, but yeah, and this is, I guess, the beast that I'm fixing. So actually, in the back of him, so like I said, since this is a UPS, if you look in the back, whoops, you can see there's a lot of outputs and a lot of sockets, NEMA sockets. So, and yeah, wires and buses. Those are pretty thick buses here. This is unplugged, so I know that's why I'm able to touch this. So these are pretty thick buses, and they connect over here actually, in the back over here. They connect here in the back. So screw this all together, and then it goes to the sockets and powers or whatever, everything, right? So the first time that I actually took this apart, there was a problem with this board. One of the capacitors was not delaminated, but the leg was broken on one of them. This one actually. This is the replacement I put in. I don't remember what the value is, but one of the legs on the original one, which looked like this, was actually broken. So I don't think it was doing what it was supposed to. These seem to be holding up still good, so I just changed that one, and everything else is good. But yeah, these are the contactors, so these turn on and off. Not sure if it's both of them. Let me think. I think one of them is the bypass. Yeah, one of them is to put the unit in bypass mode, and the other one is to put it in, like, I guess, normal operation mode. I think I don't have the schematic for this thing. That's the problem. So if I had the schematic, then it would help a lot. But from what I can see online, I cannot find the schematic for this thing easily. So I'm gonna assume that this is for the normal operation and that's for the bypass, if I'm not mistaken. And they're pretty beefy. They're pretty beefy contactors. This is a pretty thick wire. This is a gauge. Oh God! And it even says "Made in USA." That's something you don't see very often. Even all this entire unit is made in the United States. Actually, it says in the back, it says "Made in USA." I think it was made in Rhode Island, if I'm not mistaken. That's where the factory is, or was, for these machines. Trying to see how big this darn cable is. So I don't know how big. It's a pretty big cable. I would say it's like a gauge 4. Yeah, it's a gauge 4. Yeah, gauge 4 says it. So, but back. So trucking is asking. Sorry, let me see. What did you say? How do I want me to call you? Trucking. Okay, so trucking is saying back. You want to see the back of this thing? So people get excited when they get called out, right? That's the back of this thing. Can't really show that much because it's in I'm in an awkward position, but that's the back of this thing. and it's not bent. It's just I removed a couple of screws. So yeah, so I just removed a couple of screws, and it's not bent or anything. It's I did it on purpose. This all the screws and everything I took off to get this thing out of here, to get this tray out of here. So I don't know if anybody plans on buying one of these. Um, I would say if you're running a data center or whatever like this, um, and you have, let's say, oops, you have, let's say, like a sub panel like that with 240 volts, whatever. Uh, I mean, it is a nice thing to have. The only problem is the batteries cost a lot. So there's this particular configuration. I have 2 power supplies and 3 battery trays. So this thing can hold 4 battery trays and 4 power supplies. Each battery tray has about 10 batteries, I think. Yes, there's 10 batteries in this tray, and this one and this one. So there's 30 batteries here. And the batteries that are in there are these lead acid batteries, not like this. There's 30 literally of these batteries, and they're put in like series, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're in series, and I think 1 or 2 in parallel. And there's 10 of each, 10 in each tray like this, mounted like this sideways or something like that. They're mounted like side to side, and so you can just imagine like 10 of them. So what are all these batteries? These are lead acid batteries. Sorry, sealed lead acid batteries, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that's what this is. But these are not the ones I'm putting into that UPS, because the other problem is I have some in there now. I have some in here now, but I'm pretty certain that this thing is, or at least the batteries in there are not good. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I can do there. Yeah, so you know what? You guys are gonna follow me on my journey. I'll go upstairs to my workshop, and I have to grab my fluke because I need the fluke. So let's see. I'll climb upstairs to the workshop. Get my fluke. Let's see. Okay, so now we're in my. Oh yeah. Let's see about that. Now we're in the workshop. So now we're gonna, yeah, see? There's the workshop. And I have my fluke. So my desk is here, whatever. So we're gonna go back downstairs. Let's not do this camera. Okay, so yeah, now the batteries look like mine in my Cadillac 20. Well, you're thinking of the car battery. These are not. They are 12-volt batteries, but they're not the same form factor as you would see in your car. The one in your car is a much bigger, physically bigger battery. It's a 12-volt battery, but again, if you look at this guy, he's a lot smaller, I can bet you, than your battery in your Cadillac. Yeah, because the ones that are in the car, see if I can show you, an actual car battery looks like this. I'm also a mechanic. I fix my own cars, so that's why this is all a bit of a mess. So pardon me for that, but if I can find that darn battery, I'll show you exactly what I mean. That's the problem. If I find that battery, where the hell did I put that darn battery? Hang on. Let's see where I put that darn battery. Oh yeah, here you go. So that's how a car battery looks like. Much bigger, and it is a 12-volt. It's just this is physically bigger than the ones that are in that UPS unit. But yeah, this is my garage. It's a mess because I have to like put stuff on shelves and whatnot. But yeah, and then this is my 2005 CRV, and my other cars or whatever parked there. And yeah, outside is kind of nice. It's not cold. Because I know they're all different. They they look like it, I guess. So here we go. Now I'm gonna come back to the chaos here. I have my fluke now. let me just, I guess I'll flip this around, because I have to set the spook up. I wish I had somebody, I guess, to film me, but the problem is I don't have, I'm not lucky enough to have somebody film me. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this guy. So there's the fluke that everybody sees in all the videos. Oops. The trusty fluke that everybody loves to see. And we're gonna use him with the probes. Just have to get the probes out. And I gotta test to see if these darn, oops, if I have to test and see if that darn contactor is bad or not. So, I'm gonna just put this aside for now. I guess I should have had that. That should have been the first thing I had. So, I'm gonna get the probes ready. And we're gonna test the continuity across that terminal. Here we go. Oops. Yeah, so we're gonna put this in continuity mode. Yeah, so that's good. Now, if you look here, so once again, we're in continuity mode. So if I short the leads in this one hand, there you go. So now I'm gonna test the, I guess people don't seem to understand, but I'm talking about this guy right here. So you see, I'm gonna test across these points right there. There's just two wires here. I'm gonna test and see if this contactor is open. I don't remember if I did this last time, so if I put this here, you'll see it. Yeah. Maybe you'll see me better like this. I'm sorry, I'm doing the best that I can. So let's see if this is really open or not. I don't think. Put that off to the side. Here we go. So let's see if this is closed or open. Okay, that's open, and he's in the off position. Let's see now. Okay, so he is doing what he's supposed to do. Which means my life is not going to get complicated, because it's not the circuit breaker that's causing a problem. Yeah, and if I leave it like that, that's off. Yeah, okay, so that's tripped now again. This is tripped. That's a comment, I guess. That's tripped. Actually, this, yeah, middle, oops. If I do it like this, I think it's the same, yield the same result. I'm going to just try to do this multi-handed, but it's not going to be very easy. Okay, so it seems that the circuit breaker is working, but that's going to be a problem. Let's test it at the connector to be safe. We're going to test this at the connector just to be safe, because I have a funny feeling that this, I guess it's not the problem, because he is working according to what I just tested. Let's test this one and see if it's this one. I highly doubt it. This is the bypass, the bypass breaker. So this is off, so this should be open, yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna close it. Or sorry, not close it, open it. It should be shorted, yeah. And when you close it like that, okay, yeah, it's working like it should. Yeah, it's working like it should. So now I have to go through a damn rabbit hole. I have to try to find where the hell this thing might be thinking. I'm going to test it at the connector now, actually. So it's going to have to be the orange and black wire. And the good news is there's a bunch of different ones. Oh god. I'm gonna assume the last two are gonna be that. So let's see. Because right now I don't know if this is open or closed. Okay. So maybe this one. Yeah, it's gonna be this one. So that means it's working. Darn it. Now this means my life's going to be complicated because now I have to figure out why. I'll figure out why the main unit thinks this thing is not closed, or at least the contacts are not closed. Great. Let's see, it says CB, that's a circuit breaker. I guess that's what that means, I'm not sure. We have 4 people watching. Let's see if we can hit 1 million views. Probably not. So, I'm just troubleshooting. Listen, look, this is how I do it really, I guess, off camera. It takes me time to troubleshoot something. I usually don't, I can't solve the problem within a matter of seconds, you know, so usually it takes me a bit of time. And that's what's happening right now, so I'm just testing a couple of things. And so far it means, well, at least the testing that I've done is telling me that, not that I'm stupid, but it's going to be complicated now. Because the problem now is most likely not here, it might be here somewhere. The one thing I did not check is the backplane on this machine. The problem is, I don't feel like testing the backplane, because that's not going to be fun. So, and again, I don't have a diagram of, you know, what the hell is going on. Or at least, like, I don't have a diagram of, like a pinout of, like, all this stuff. Let's see what he says. It says, yeah. Oh, yeah, maybe someday I will get 1 million views. Yeah, I guess maybe one day I might get 1 million views. So I'm gonna peek inside this thing now. Because I gotta see where this fault is. So now it's driving me nuts. So now if I look inside, do I have a problem with solder connections? What the hell is this? Just realized something. Oh, he's not soldered. No way. I found something weird. I don't think this backplane is soldered. That's weird though, because this thing would have never worked since day one. That means impossible. And that's sure as hell a lot of damn pins, I'll tell you that much. Let me just pull out the, you know what, no, it can be, yeah. Because if I pull this tray out, you look like in your 50s or 40s. Well, you know what, I'll tell you something. I'm actually not 50, or if I'm not in my 50s or in my 40s, you'll be shocked to know that I'm actually 23 years old. 23, and I'll be 24 in less than a month now. So yeah, I'm actually not 50 or 40 years old, contrary to popular belief. I might sound like a 50 or 40-year-old, but I'm actually not 50 or 40 years old. Believe it or not. Let me plug in this darn thing because the thing's gonna die. My phone, I have to keep this thing charged. Let me see if I can plug this thing in. Am I able to do this? Let's see. Oops. It says orientation is locked, rotate device back. What the hell is that supposed to mean? You're 42. Oh, nice. Let me put this here. Yeah, I guess I tend to look older than what I am normally am, but I'm actually 23. Like I said, going on 24. Let's hope this thing doesn't fall. Yeah, because I'm looking at this backplane. So the issue is probably not going to be here. Again, so somehow this thing is thinking that the input circuit breaker is open. I already changed the. I actually did as a test. I swapped out the module. It got the same message, still the same thing. So there's something else that's unfortunately not ticking correctly. I'm just again I'm pondering. It would be nice if I had the guy that designed this help me troubleshoot this, but I don't even know if he's still around anymore. Unfortunately, I guess. So again, so the contactor itself is actually working, believe it or not. So that's a surprise. That's working like it should. And I also tested it at the connector, so the connector is working also. The only thing I can think of is there might be a connection problem here on the back plane. So now you're gonna see me in my bald head maybe, because I am going bald slowly, believe it or not. There has to be something with this darn backplane connector because it's impossible. There's dust everywhere. Shit. Impossible that this thing, because there's no other place that this thing can really go wrong. I guess. Yeah. So that's that one. I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm gonna find some freaking cold solder joints on the back of this backplane connector. Wouldn't be the first time I see cold solder joints. Yeah, sorry if this is not a very entertaining live. It's the first time, well, it's actually the second time I'm doing this kind of live because I did the first one or first take a little while ago. I guess some people liked it, some people didn't, I don't know. And I haven't monetized this channel or, yeah, this platform because a little bit of money from this wouldn't hurt, considering all the time and effort that I put in learning this stuff. So if I can pass on a bit of knowledge and get a little something from it, it'll be nice. Yeah, so I'm looking at this darn backplane connector, and I'm almost convinced there's going to be some freaking connection issues somewhere. Do I live in Canada? Yes, I do live in Canada. I am a Canadian. But I hope one day maybe I might become an American. I would like to go to the United States. I've been to the United States. Honestly speaking, I would like to become maybe an American citizen one day. I have some distant family in the United States, in New Jersey, on my mom's side. But that's what I'm saying, it's distant family. It's not close relatives. And my father also, he has some relatives in. There's like one relative I think in Texas or something. I don't remember. Something like that. But again, distant relatives, nothing close. So, but yeah, I would like to become a citizen. I hope one day. You're in Canada too, so yeah. And also, sorry if I'm saying that I want to become an American citizen, but I have a lot of thought, or I thought about it a lot, and it's not a political reason, honestly speaking. It's nothing politically motivated. It's just more in terms of my career and whatnot. So, what I'm doing in school and what I'm trying to aim for. So I am trying to get my bachelor's degree in engineering. So my plan is to finish my studies here in Canada, and maybe one day I'll go to the United States. It's a big maybe. I guess I can't say for sure that it will happen, but it'll be nice if it does. But oh well, we take it a day at a time, I guess, right? Yeah. So I'm looking at this darn backplane connector, and is there a chance that this thing has broken connections? Maybe, just maybe. I'm looking at this thing and it doesn't look horrible, but I'm gonna actually pull this. I'm native, so I'm in a town with so okay. Well, actually, also I respect the First Nations. One of my not my professors, sorry, one of my teachers in high school. I remember his name, Michael Rice. I think he was Mohawk. I don't remember, but I know he was native, and he was, honestly speaking, was like one of the funniest guys I've ever met, and I really liked the class actually. I remember that every time we'll sit down, first thing they always brought up would have like I guess an intro or something, right? Like an introduction or something to the class. In high school, I'm saying. And I think the first thing we ever did in the class was we would go on the weather network. We would go on here in Quebec. It's called Meteorologia, but we would go on the weather network, and he would basically just talk about the weather. So he would say, okay, guys, today we'll have there will be thunderstorms or it will be sunny and whatever. We'll go for the whole week like that, So he was a really nice guy. I liked him a lot. So yeah, I don't know too many native people, unfortunately, but he's the one that I sticks out like right away in my mind. So I think he's still there, Laval Junior Academy in Laval, Quebec. I think he's still there. He's still teaching. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm yapping on. So as you can tell, I like to talk. Practically, I never shut up. But now I'm thinking because I don't think the problem is here in this tray. I think the problem is going to be somewhere inside this thing, and it's going to be on that back plane. Because it's impossible that this thing is effective in any way, really. Because I don't see anywhere where it could be possibly defective. It looks like it's intact. So, just by coincidence, I found that capacitor last time, but I just checked these breakers now, and they work absolutely fine. Yeah, one of these contactors is for the bypass. I was correct because I'm looking at the wiring, and it makes sense. One is going to that contactor, this one is going to the other one, so makes sense. And all the connections are solid. Nothing's loose. Nothing is loose. Just it's tripping again about that darn circuit breaker being open. I'm gonna have to pull this thing out, I guess, a bit more. Says I'm still here. Yeah. I appreciate you watching. Like I said, I'm sorry if this is not very entertaining to everybody in the world. I wish I was like Jimmy Kimmel or any of those other, I guess, like entertainment hosts or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, here I am. So, I'm thinking because I don't think we're gonna have a problem here. I'm looking at the traces on this board, and again, there's nothing's burned, nothing's exploded, nothing out of the ordinary, I should say, actually. Yeah, this contactor definitely looks good still. So, but the only problem I have a funny feeling is my batteries are probably discharged. Oh well. That's fine. I have a shunt, I think. It is a shunt or a monitor, I don't know. See, again, if there was a problem, I would have definitely gotten an error, but again, I don't get an error, so I'm going to turn this fluke off. I'm going to pull out the two redundant modules, or the two main modules on this machine now, because I got to figure out if, yeah, so this is the screen right here, so I have to figure out if it's a problem. I gotta figure out if it's a problem on the darn backplane of this thing. Okay, here we go. This is one module out. These modules, and this is the redundant one is still screwed in. This one I gotta pull out. Shoot, I need a smaller screwdriver. Alright, so I got my smaller screwdriver here. Let's see if this is the right one. Yeah, got it. So we're gonna pull him out. And I'm gonna inspect the background on this thing because I have some sneaking suspicions you might have some problems with it. Yeah, I replaced once this big Molex connector on the back of this thing. I didn't film it, but I did actually change it once, believe it or not. So, yeah, there's stuff that can go wrong in these models, but these models are okay. Those models are okay. So, I see there's a comment. I don't know what the comments say. It says, I was... Oh, I was hefted in this script. No, sorry, I'm still here. I'm just, my camera is like pointed, I guess, away from me or something, but maybe if I point it like this, I'm not sure. I have it on my charger, this darn my phone. This orientation is locked. Stupid thing is complaining about my darn... Put it like this. Oops. Hit my darn, my fat fingers here. At least 1 minute of content. Oh well, okay, so, yeah, so I'm still around, but it's the first time I'm messing with this on my phone. It says you have a phone hook. I do, but for my car, I don't have one for my table. So that's something I'll probably have to look into for next time. I'm not sure if I can do multiple cameras. Maybe with OBS. Yeah, I would have to probably feed it through OBS Studio or something like that, and then I can have, let's say, multiple cameras on a single screen. So, but I'm not that. See, I'm pretty good at fixing things, but when it comes to video editing and whatnot, I'm a bit of a lost cause there, unfortunately. So let me just see here. Okay, so that's the backplane connector for that. Okay, so I have a funny feeling I'm gonna have to rip out this darn. Aha. Okay, so I'm gonna see if there's any freaking cold solder. Because I have a funny darn feeling that we got some cold solder acting up here. Okay, this is weird. Started something. Some of these darn pins don't look like they're soldered too good. What the hell? Son of a gun. I think I have a problem with this freaking backplane connector. And I think that's what's going to solve all these freaking problems. Now, the question is, how the heck am I going to get it out? Doesn't look fun. It does not look fun to get this out. Let me grab a light. Hang on. I want to see if I can poke a light down there. I want to see what the hell is going on. Alright, so I have a light because I want to shine in the back of this thing. I want to see. There's no peephole, unfortunately. I want to see how these connections are holding up. Okay. Okay, so those solder connections look okay. On that connector, at least I could say. Those look good. The problem is those freaking pins. Those pins look a bit questionable. Let's see those freaking pins. Shoot. These things ain't soldered properly. What the hell? What kind of freaking way is this? What the hell is this? Well, my problem is I have a funny feeling if I pull this out, I feel like I might be wasting time. Not sure. Some 0 ohm resistors here. You know what, at this point, we don't have much to lose. I think I will take it out, and I will troubleshoot the back plane because it wouldn't be this back plane here. That can be. That's gonna be another issue, I would say. Can't be this back plane. It cannot be that back plane because though solder looks good. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is a bright light, so yeah, I didn't want to blind you there. Sorry about that. I'm checking again. I have a funny feeling. I got freaking connections broken or something missing. Just have a feeling. I just got a feeling. I got a funny feeling. Because if I look down here, those connections on top, well, you know what? Yeah, they look pretty good. Except for one, there might be a connection broken a bit somewhere. Because I can't think of anything else. This is showing okay. I know it's not the main module. Someone joined. 2 people. Whoop-de-doo. Nice. Well, I do appreciate, even if it's 2 people, I appreciate whoever comes and watches this boring stream, I will say. Because unfortunately, I'm not, I guess, a fun guy. Son of a gun. I'm not gonna figure out how to get this darn back there. This is not gonna be fun. Because I know for a fact I gotta rip out, freaking out. I gotta pretty much rip out all that. Looks like that's what I'm gonna be doing then. Yeah. I'm gonna be ripping out this piece here, or at least pushing it to the side so that I can stick my screwdriver and get that back plane out of there. And maybe if I think about this, hang on. Let's see. Did someone join? Yeah, there's 2 people now, thankfully. Maybe we gain traction. I think at this point, I'm just better off moving this freaking thing. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Even though it's not what I want to do, that's what I will do. I'm in a, like I said, I'm in an awkward position because this is not fun to get to. And this thing does require quite a bit of disassembly. Put that there. This is not boring. People just don't see live. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, usually, I guess, I don't know what you want to expect really on a live because this is not scripted. This is me just talking out of my head, you know. So nothing is scripted or anything like that. So I'm trying to figure out. I guess maybe what help is if I have a head camera or something. Maybe, I'm not even sure. Maybe. Now the screw is out. So I'm just removing the screws here on the bottom. There's some at the very, very bottom. going at it with my screwdriver. Get them out. Because I gotta get this back plane out. I'm always tripping that code. I want to fix this once and for all. Let's see. Come on. I'll get this darn screwdriver in here. There you go. Alright. Oof, like I said, this is not easy. And it's a very tight space. Alright. Yeah, I think it's gonna come off now. Yeah, just came off. Yeah, just came off. So, yeah, got the back off of this thing now. Don't want it. Oh yeah, we got some electrolytics here. See, that would be decisive. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oh, of course. Forgot a screw. Gotta be kidding me. One frickin' screw I forgot. At the very bottom here. Of course I forgot it. Of course I forgot it. Now all the screws are up for sure. There you go. Walk behind. Yeah. Here we go. This is quite something. We'll put this here. Because again, yeah, there's nothing really here that can go wrong. Yeah, this is an MOV. Electrolytics look good. Yeah, I just have a funny feeling there's something on this darn thing that's gonna be saying that it's not connected or whatever, I don't know, something. There we go. This is from here. Let's put this here. Oops. That's the funny thing. So I'm gonna put in there. Let's see if I can disconnect this darn wire. Okay, so this is the ribbon cable for him. That's disconnected. 0 people watching. Nice. And this is for that stuff basically. Okay. So this is off, more or less. Yeah, that's off more or less. Let me just connect them back here because that's where he goes. Let me see if I... So, oops. Sorry about that. Yeah, this thing got interrupted, I guess, somehow. Sorry about that, because that was a picture of something. I don't want to... No, sorry, that was me. I actually, because I'm on my phone, right? I bumped out of the app, and I guess it turned it off or paused it or something, I'm not sure. So, now I'm going to take this back plane out, because I've got to test this freaking thing. And let's see. Yeah, so I don't like what I'm seeing here in the back. To be honest with you, I'm not liking what I'm seeing here in the back. Because I need this a bit out of it. Yeah, this one is a bit in the way. So let's see if I can pull that out. Okay, he's out. Let me pull this one out. There you go. These two are out. Leave them there like that. Alright, we got a relay here. So I think these connections definitely need a touch up of solder because I don't like how these freaking connections were put together. That doesn't look good at all in my opinion. So I'm gonna do that. Here's the other one. I'm gonna do this one also. Some insulator. It's night right now. Yeah, it is night. It is nighttime. Let's get this damn screw out of here. Let's get this screw out of here. This is a long screw. What the hell? This is a long screw. Why is this one so long? That's interesting. Ah, here you go. Not just long. It's not long as it's me being stupid. These ones are going to be fun to get to. So that one. And let's get this one. So let's see. I think we got them out. Survey says, yes we did. Here's the freaking backplane I'm talking about because I see that the connections on here are not so kosher in my opinion. Oops. Come on. He's out. We're good. Why doesn't this one want to come out? Okay, yeah, here we go. So let's see what the hell is going on here. Those connections look good, but the other ones I'm not sure. We got it out. This is what am I working on? The same thing as it was before, my friend. I haven't changed. It's the same piece or whatever. Alright, so we have this just dangling like this. So I got this piece out finally. So now the back is killing me. So I'm gonna see what the story is with this freaking piece. Because I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like what I saw here. So this is the back plane that I took out because I saw some connections that were a bit questionable. So those are okay. It's these ones, these big ones don't look good. Yeah, what the hell is this? This is barely on there. What the hell is this? I have a funny feeling we got broken connections here, and I just confirmed that. Now, why is it like this? I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna solder these back properly. This is gonna take a while. It sure will take a while, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Because, yeah, these connections, some of them, this is the one for that piece, and this piece goes here. You would sit, if you were sitting in there, you would connect like this, like that. So the first two pins are for them, basically. So let's see where the hell they go. I can't even tell where they go. Oh yeah, I can explain why we don't. just let's look out for one. Alright, so it says, one person says, I see hearts. What the hell is going on? It says, okay, so I see Laughing faces, hearts, or something. I have no idea what the hell is going on. Yeah, somebody, whoever you are, you're sending quite the emotions. Thank you. But yeah, so I figured there's a problem with this stupid backplane. So I'm gonna figure it out now. I'm gonna have to solder these because it looks like we got a couple of bad solder joints. Yeah, because these are pins that go here to this connector, and they come through here, but this doesn't look good at all. It looks like it hasn't been soldered properly. What the hell? I'm gonna solder these correctly because I don't know why this is not good. Yeah, I don't know why. Everything else is good except that. That's interesting. Yeah, for some reason it says, yeah, for some reason this thing is, I'm gonna bring this upstairs, I'm gonna fix it upstairs, put it back down, and maybe we might get this working. Who knows? I can't promise anything, but we can definitely try. And before I throw everything back together, I guess I can kind of do a quick little test of it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the live here because I'm gonna bring this upstairs to be fixed. It's been already going on for an hour, so I think I'll end the live here. So basically, to recap what happened, my tray here, this big tray here off to the side, he was, or supposedly there might have been a problem with him, but I checked with my multimeter and everything seems to be okay. So I don't think there's a problem with this tray here at all. Then I looked at this guy. This is the back plane that interfaces the modules and a couple other things, I guess. I definitely don't like how some of these pins, or like quite a few of these pins, are soldered, so I'm going to resolder them or touch them up. Maybe it might bring it back because I tested the breaker itself and he's okay. He's working like he should. It's opening and closing and doing whatever the heck it's supposed to do. So I'm going to bring this upstairs, resolder a couple of connections, come back down, put it back together temporarily without like putting everything actually back together. Maybe we might get it working. Who knows? So I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, like I said, it's been an hour now more or less. So if you liked what you saw, please subscribe to the channel. Like, leave a comment down in the description below because I think this will be uploaded as a video actually. Yeah, from a live it'll be uploaded as a video. So again, if you like what you see, leave a thumbs up, put a comment, subscribe, and maybe I'll catch you on the next one, right? So just come here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Take it easy, guys, and please stay tuned. So hopefully I see you sometime again. Ciao. Says, do you want to stop streaming? Yeah, let's see. Take it easy, guys.